Same things that asked, potential at the center of the face. Okay, so we will find the potential at the middle of a rectangle with sides. What do you want me to call the sides? Do you care?
No.
Same for
A, B, and C.
Where's the microphone?
I have no idea. You might be covering it up.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's fine. Are you recording?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wonderful. You're on video. Okay, so we need to label the sides of this rectangle. So let's call this long side. Let's call that A. A. Yeah. And then we'll call the height, we'll call that B. Let's make that B. That's up B. And then we'll call this kind of the depth, we'll call that C. Yeah. So A, B, and C.
Do you ever give us like actual values for that, or we're just doing
Actual numbers?
Yeah.
Probably not. Okay. Got A, B, and C. So I want to find what the potential is. So let's say I have charges Q at each one of the corners. I want to find the potential at the exact middle.
Would you ever give us different charges on the corners?
No. It becomes much more difficult if you have different charges. Well, not really. But. So I need to find what this is at the middle of the box. So I need to know how far I need to go to get from a corner to the very middle. Yeah? So we'll do it in 3 different steps. So I go from one corner to the middle of this front face. How far down from this corner to the middle?
B over 2.
So if the whole distance is B, it's got to be B over 2. So that's B over 2. And then I need to get from the middle of this face to the middle of the box. How far from here to here?
A over 2.
That's A over 2. And then I need to get from the box, from that face of the box to the very middle of the box. So I need to go, where did my height go? Where's my height? My C. I need to go from here to the middle. How far to the middle?
C.
That's going to be C over 2. Okay. That's from one of the corners. How about the other corner? How about from this corner? A over 2, B over 2, C over 2. C over 2, B over 2, and A over 2. So they're all the same. All the corners are the same distance. So that would be 8 times K times Q divided by all of this to get my V for my rectangle. Yeah? You want to do the edge?
Yes.
We'll do the center of an edge.
Wait, can we do the center of the face first?
We'll do the center of a face. So here is where I'd have to specify which face I wanted, because it would be different depending on which face you chose.
Would you give us the face, or would we just choose one?
I would likely give you one so that I knew exactly what the right answer was. There was only one right answer, because then I can grade them really quick if you get it right. Yeah. Took me 6 years to learn that. Okay. So I need to get, what's the potential at the middle of this? Well, I can analyze this right away, and I can see all 4 of these corners are all the same distance away. Yep. So that's going to be 4kq divided by whatever the radius is. That's 4 of my charges. And then from the back, all 4 of the back charges are going to be the same distance from the middle of this, right? Maybe. We'll see. Okay, so I need to get from one corner to the very middle. So to get to the middle, I start at one corner. I can go down. How far down do I go? B over 2. And how far over do I go?
A over 2.
A over 2. So that's B over 2 squared plus a over 2 squared square root. Yeah. Does it matter if I go down and over or over and down?
No.
No, you get the same exact thing. So let's do this corner. I go over a over 2, and then I go down b over 2, and that gives me the hypotenuse that I'm interested in. Yeah. Is that helping? Okay, and there's 4 of those from the 4 corners. Now if I go from the back, I basically need to get to the front so I can repeat this pattern. How do I get from the back to the front? That's a total distance c, so that's got to be c squared plus, again, a over 2 and b over 2. A over 2 squared plus b over 2 squared. Square root. That's my 8 charges, that's my potential at the middle of the whole cube. Yeah? Or whole rectangle. Edge. Let's do the center of this edge. Okay.
Yeah, thanks.
I can move. Thank you. One person. Let's get rid of these. Okay, I want this edge. So I'm going to have these 2 corners are going to be the same, yes? So from these 2 corners, to get from the corner to the middle, how far is that?
A over 2.
That's a over 2. So I have 2 times k times q divided by a over 2. Do I have to do anything with squaring or square roots? No, because there's no diagonals associated with that. And that's just 2 of those. Yeah? Then I have to get from this corner to the edge. So how far down do I go?
B.
I go down b, I go over a over 2, that gives me that diagonal. So since I'm doing the diagonal, I have to do square roots. So that would be 2 times k times q divided by, oh gosh, it was b squared plus a over 2 squared. Square root. Why 2 of those? I gotta go down and over from this. I gotta go down and over from this. Yeah? So let's see. From the back, I gotta get from the back to get up to these ones. Up to here. So how far from the back to the front? So that's c squared. And then I gotta get down. How do I get down?
B.
B squared. Or take jazz dance. Isn't that a class here?
Yeah.
Isn't that a popular class here?
Yeah, but it's
Weren't you taking jazz dance when you couldn't move?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would sit and watch.
Did you get an A?
Yeah.
Yeah. Same classes. And then I need to get to the middle. How do I get from here to the middle?
A over 2.
That's A over 2. So I need to get up, down, and over. So that's up, down, and over. There are 2 of those. Yeah? Okay. Now I need to get from this back corner to the edge. From here to here. How far? So that's C. And then I need to get from here to the middle. How far is that?
A over 2.
That's A over 2. Okay, so that I had to do up C, down A over 2 to give me that diagonal. Towards the front of the cube, then down A over 2 gives me that diagonal. Same thing from the back, from this corner. I go up, I go in, that gets me that diagonal. Yeah. there's 2 of those. 2KQ over that. So this is a little different than the cube, because you don't have 4 that are all the same. You've got 2 from each corner. If I picked a different edge, that would change it. If I picked a different face, that would change it. Okay? Any questions on that?
You should give a cube instead of